I just received an art supply order and I'm about to set up everything that I need for my art studio. This is a very big moment because I have not done art in 21 years. I used to be good because I was a child, and then 21 years ago I stopped cold turkey, just like that, overnight. And I think part of it was because as I was growing up, maybe I was more scared of not being able to do art properly because I was now in college. I would be seen as an adult, no longer as a gifted child or something like that. I don't know, but I think I just had too high standards of myself, and I decided to stop. And I've always wanted to restart, but I didn't. So that's that. So I'm gonna pop you here while I unbox my parcel, and we can talk about it some more. Every year for the past 10 or so years, I've been thinking about, okay, one day I will start art again. When I was in Brussels, I was too busy. And in London, I didn't really try. I would buy a few supplies here and there, but I wouldn't actually start. I think another thing that made it more difficult was seeing what people post on social media. And I was looking at some artists that had these hyper-realist paintings, and I was thinking, how is it even possible? And then recently, I saw somebody put the whole creative process because so many people are monetizing their art. And I realized that actually they just blow up the thing on digital tools and draw over it. Pretty much every pixel is blown up, so you just need to apply the brush strokes as it is. And I didn't know that because growing up, you just painted the traditional way. You did not have an iPad. You didn't blow up the picture and then if you followed and did the drawing by numbers, then that would work. And that really didn't register with me. I didn't realize that when you have things that are so hyper-realist, it's because you have all of these layers. There was even a video of somebody who did not do a hyper-realist big scale picture, but effectively they did a small one, and actually they just did it by overlaying the paper on top of the digital art form. And that got me thinking that I had the same block as those people who don't want to start a fitness journey because TikTok influencers use weights that look heavier than they are. To each their own, but honestly, why do I care that people are using digital media and that their hyper-realist thing is actually mostly because of digital tools? At the end of the day, if I want to create my own art, I should do it. So that's one. The second thing was, I never got a very formal art education, so I was worried, what if I make mistakes? And so I found myself not wanting to start because I didn't want to make mistakes. And then as I organized my office or my art corner, which is I'm about to start working with, I realized that I had been buying art supplies over the years and they're always good quality. And then the thinking is, why would I waste 300 gram 100% cotton on doing a sketch? So now I'm just working with all of these blockages and removing them. It doesn't have to be hyper-realist. I don't have to rely on digital. It's okay to do traditional methods. I don't have to do that. And I honestly can afford to use expensive stuff. A notepad or a sketchbook is £5. And most people spend that on coffee. I don't buy coffee. I don't go to Starbucks. So why am I restraining myself like that? And then the last thought that got me actually doing this is, If it were a friend trying to do this, I would definitely encourage them. So why can't I be kind to myself and be that friend for myself? And so that's why I decided that today I'm breaking that 21-year-old break. It's daunting, but I'm gonna make it exciting. So I'm gonna unbox this, then I'm gonna set up, and then I'm gonna show you my setup. All is set, so here is now my art studio. It's just this desk. I've shown you a bit of a snippet of that earlier in another video, but now this is purely dedicated to my art vlog. I have my little plants to get some positive energy, and it's facing the window so that I have some sun. Under here I have sketchbooks. I started doodling on this one. I think the most difficult thing usually is the blank page, the first blank page. So I started doodling on this one so that whatever I do on it doesn't matter. I have these sketchbooks in all kinds of sizes. I even have a coloring book. It's actually quite sad how many art supplies I had accumulated over the years and never used them. But now that I have moved to this place and I am in my year of reset, this is also part of addressing this. These are the kind of notebooks that I said are nice, very good quality paper that I wanted to save, or things like this. These are like £5 each, but these are postcards, so you can paint them. I've only made one. And that's the funny thing. I'm like, I don't want to waste these, but I remember gifting some people these. I went to a trip once to, this is from Henry Moore's house, £4, right? And it's beautiful paper. I had no qualms gifting people this, but then I was, oh, maybe it's a waste on me. The other thing is, I was saying, as I'm starting to learn again from scratch, why can't I also create? I don't want to wait until I deem my art good enough to start creating. I'm going to a trip to Venice in a month, and I'm so excited about it, and I would love to do some sketching, but my inner perfectionist is thinking, why would you do that? And so I decided to silence that voice, and I'm going to sketch. It doesn't matter that I'm still going to be learning formally from start. I will do both. This is now my drawing drawer. I just got this thing. I'm so excited. I have so many things that I've had for ages. These are paper stamps. I probably need to get a new paper stamp because it's not clean. I've had this for so long. But a lot of this stuff is just stuff I have accumulated over the years. But I've organized it all to be in this area. And this is my painting stuff, my sketching little wallet thing, a pouch, a chamois, all like these are from various countries. Every time I went somewhere, I just bought a few things. I have some inks in there, but yeah. And then over here, this was in my recent order. I just have this board and then these clamps. Whereas this easel, it's a field easel that I bought many years ago, and that I had in my old flat. It was just decoration. But yeah, so this is my setup. This is my office. So effectively, whenever I want to start painting, I can just, or drawing for now, I'm not gonna do painting. Or maybe I'll do painting for sketching. I just move my chair over there, and then I can stick a paper on this, and then I'm good to go. So now that my art corner is set up, I will gradually start playing with some drawings. It will mostly making marks and really just working on the fundamentals. And what I would like to do is give myself at least 15-20 minutes of drawing every day so that I get the muscle memory of how to do the hatching, etc. So I will be doing lots of exercises. I will be trying to study some theory. I remember when I was a child, I had studied things about face, things about perspective, how to measure, things like that. So I just need to refresh my mind. But this is day 0. I have everything set up. Let's see how that goes.